Well. Look what we have here. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. In this video, I want to show you the exact outreach system, which has allowed me and many of my clients, and also so many of my mentors, people that I work with, to generate multiple five figures and even six figures per month. And this outreach system, as you can see, it's called the LOOM outreach system, is one which will absolutely transcend everything that you are currently doing now and using to book calls and actually get clients. And the whole reason why I'm even showing you this is because, as you can see here, it's one of my lead magnets. And the reason why it is, and I'm actually going to show you the entire system, the pros, the cons, the equipment that you need, and how to actually record it, because I want to create these videos with so much value that eventually one day you just find so much value and so much of a reason to actually book a call with me and actually buy from me, because the amount of value that I'll give you will be so mountainous that there is no way, or there is irrefutable evidence to prove that I could actually potentially help you with your business. So let's actually get into the Loom outreach system. Okay, so here it is. Here is the bad boy. So as you can see, I have written here a famous quote from Matt. Probably should have put a date on there, but this document will give you everything that you need and completely change your view on outreach. It is one that I've personally trialed and used with all my clients, from hundreds of people who have gained this exclusive knowledge from coaching, mentorships costing over five figures. And again, I paid personally over 10K on mentorships, and this is the exact same system that we use in that mentorship. But also, if you know Charlie Morgan, he's a very, very big space, or big guy in the space, and his program is, I probably don't want to reveal that price, but it's five figures, okay? And so I'm about to show you that system for free. So yeah, man, I hope you just find some value from this. So the first thing is, you want to notice what your current outreach system is like. Its flaws. You're probably doing cold DMs right now. You're probably cold calling or doing paid ads. And so with cold DMs, right, everyone is doing the same thing. And so if you do the same thing, and I always say this in all my videos, if you watch them, is that you will have the same result. There is no difference between you and anyone else if you're doing the same thing. And so the amount of volume that you need anyway would be absolutely insane. And the positive reply rate would be horrible. People will say, like, piss off, go away. I've seen this message before, or they don't even reply. They just leave you undelivered. And so it's a horrible cycle to go into. And it's just no success in booking any calls or even closing any clients, right? The bottleneck is already the type of outreach that you do. So the rest of your conversions, your rates from your appointment booking rate to your closing rate, will be significantly lower, because you can't even solve the initial issue of reaching out to people and doing a actual good outreach. And so the next thing is that you burn through a lot of leads. A lot of people who could have been potentially qualified leads, that had cash, they were ready, they were willing to work with you, they were burnt because of your message, simply because your message provided no value and it just didn't um, stick out from the rest of the crowd. The next thing is that it builds a bad reputation, especially if you're doing it on your own account. For example, on Instagram or even on LinkedIn, you're doing it on your personal account. And in the future, because you burned that lead, people are now going to associate you with someone who's just a generic outreacher. You're going to be just a regular person, just like everyone else. And you don't want to be, all right? You don't want to be regular. So the next thing is that you need to optimize account. That may take some time to optimize your bio, to make your posts look nice and have your nice thumbnails and also video quality and editing. And it just takes a long, long time. Okay. And the next thing is, follow-ups are hard to manage, right? You're sending thousands of messages, and then you're also going to have to double up, maybe triple and quadruple up in sending follow-ups by saying, hey, did you get a chance to look at my message, and all that stuff. It's just super boring. Now, onto cold calls. So cold calls are actually quite good, and they are much better because people can actually hear you speak. It's like having a mini discovery call, right? But there's a high rejection rate, and it takes really long to call a lot of people. And again, it's a type of outreach that people kind of hate. It's associated with scams, right? You have the third world country scammers who call you and say they're a Nigerian prince and they want, cash from you. And so being associated with scams, it's really hard to have people want to trust you. And so obviously it's a cold outreach message. And so trust is massive. And so if you're not able to establish trust, then people are going to find it really hard to want to book a call with you. But there are ways that you can do that. However, I will not be going into this in this video today. And the next thing is paid ads, right? People want to go into paid ads. Like paid ads are insane. They're crazy. They're scalable. Yes, they are. They are crazy. They are scalable. However, if you don't have a proven offer and your profit margins are low, then there's no point of going into ads because it takes so much cash. It burns through so much of your cash and decreases your margins so significantly. And so it's just a horrible thing to do, especially if you don't have a proven offer, because without a proven offer, there is no way for you to actually validate whether or not people actually want what you're selling. Even if your ads do well, you get a low cost per click, but then people don't actually want to buy it, then there's no point of trying to run those ads for it. The next thing is that it goes through a ton of unqualified leads, and it kind of goes with the last point, which is that there's no control on who sees the content. And so what that means is that the algorithm is extremely random. Like, yes, it's precise, it can use AI, and the algorithm is obviously optimizing whatever the meta ads or people working at Meta are doing, but you really have no control. Like, upon just doing the ad sets and just setting the different criteria and the audience that you want to target, there's not really much control. And especially with the keywords and interest as well, like there's really not much control. Like sometimes your ads will go to some random person that has no interest in what you're doing. And like, you spent money for that. So it's kind of not worth it if you don't have all of those things that I said. A good offer, you have good cash flow, and you're able to actually spend money on these ads. Now, let me introduce to you a counter outreach system, one that you can actually use and will get you responses like I will show you below. So, essentially, the Loom system allows you to provide actual value because it is a video that you send to someone which is personalized, and you're able to actually give them some value, some insight, examples of what they can actually use in their business. And so it's just high value. It's not just a random outreach message saying, hey, or messaging, hey, uh, how you doing? Let me build some rapport and continue the conversation. I know that's probably you, right? And the next thing is that less people have seen this. Like, yes, there are people who do this, but not a lot of them do it well. I'm about to show you how to do it extremely, extremely well. Okay. And obviously, not a lot of people know about the LIM system. The next thing is that it gets a higher response rate because you're leading with a value. People see that you're providing value first rather than asking them questions and then selling them on something, right? It's just not the way to go. And there's no cash or capital needed. Obviously, just some software, but unless you're an extremely brokey, like I assume you have like $100 a month to spend on software, right? I mean, even less than that. It's honestly not that much. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. The next thing is that it's easier to reach people with a large following because they get so many DMs, right? They get so many DMs on their Instagram, so many DMs on their LinkedIn or whatever platform that it is that they're using. And if you reach out to them on email or even on Instagram, you send it on all their platforms, they're able to see it. And especially on email as well. Okay. The next thing is that it's visual, right? It explains the process well. It explains your process and it nurtures and it builds credibility because they're watching you, they're hearing your voice. It's the same effect, okay? It's the same effect when someone is watching your reels, your YouTube. It's the same effect because they're hearing your voice, they're being nurtured. You gain trust and you gain credibility, right? And the next thing is that it's incredibly personalized. People feel like they're actually being looked after. It's like a video that is made specifically for them. It leads with value. It gives them the exact things that they need to improve. Okay. And then finally, your competitors can't copy you because it's you in the loom. Like no one can copy you because like how could they copy your voice? How could they copy your system? I mean, maybe they can copy the mirror board that I'm about to show you, but they just can't copy you unless they somehow clone you, right? And look at these responses, right? This person here, who's actually my client right now, appreciate the email, bro. Let's get on a call sometime. What else? I'm not going to read that. It's too long. But thank you for taking the time to share all the info with me. I would like to reach more people. Yes, cool. Hi, Matthew. Thank you for spending time sending me this demonstration. I appreciate it. So even if this person's working with another person, they still took the time to send me back a reply. And now that is a leverage point still, even if you don't get a call, right? Because now you can understand whether or not your Loom is actually good and also ask for feedback. But at the same time, you can determine whether or not your Loom is actually valuable to a person who already has someone working with them and they still reply. Like normally someone who's already working with someone is like super tunnel vision. They wouldn't even want to reply to someone like myself. But because the Loom was so valuable, they actually replied with his message. And then some other people in the DMs as well got a freaking 2-minute voice memo Okay, what else? Interesting. Tell me more, man. Okay, cool. And then there's some other people as well. So good afternoon. Thank you for reaching out to this video to share your ideas. I'm hoping to hear about more about collaboration. Happy to book a call. Okay, book a call. Thank you for reaching out to me. Book a call. I mean, you can read this out if you want. Take your time and you can read through all of the sort of mini testimonials on why the loop system actually works well. Okay, so let's get into the actual meaty part of the video. So what equipment do you actually need? What do you actually need to make these looms? Is it expensive? Is it cheap? Is Matt lying to you? And the answer is yes, it's extremely cheap. I mean, depending on your budget, there are many layers in which you can do this, right? As you can see, I have this microphone, I have this camera that I'm speaking to, and this PC. But you don't need all this stuff, right? All you need is a MacBook, okay? A MacBook or a PC or a decent computer where it can run a simple software like Loom, like the actual software is called Loom, okay? And a webcam, a decent webcam which is 4K. I actually put an Amazon link here because I'm just so incredibly nice. And as I said, I use my camera, which is a ZV-E10, and it's a pretty good camera, just a bit bad with low lighting, as you can see. But don't give me the excuse that you can't afford or use one. Use your phone camera if you want to. I don't know, connect your phone. I mean, my phone's right here, but it's on charge, just so I can't show you right now. But connect it to your computer. Like, don't give me the excuse that you can't film this Loom, which will absolutely change your outreach message purely because you don't have a webcam or a camera like myself. Okay. The next thing is get a decent microphone. Get a cheap one like a lavalier mic. Let me see if I have one right here. Actually, literally this. Like, how cheap is this? It's like $12, $16, and the audio quality is incredible. I think this brand is Power Dewise, but look at the brand that I sent you. Look at the reviews on Amazon, and you'll be able to find a decent lavalier mic. I also put a mid-tier mic as well. I believe it's like a Rode N1 mic, which is pretty decent. And what I personally use on this video that you're watching right now is MV7. So it's a bit pricey. For me, it's like 400 or maybe close to 500 AUD. That's about 350 USD. It's a bit pricey, not necessary. And you know me, I just like my equipment, okay? Otherwise, you'd be incredibly bored with my voice if it wasn't high quality, right? And the next thing is a Loom subscription, which is 24 USD. And it's not necessary because you actually get 25 by 5-minute looms. So if you can make looms which are under 5 minutes, you get 25 free outreach messages, okay? And yeah, they're free. And then the last thing is a Miro board to make your visuals. So you can make visuals on Miro. I personally use it, and it's great. You could also use Lucid Sparks as well. It's another program. And okay, so let's actually talk about recording the loom. So what do you actually need to do to record the loom? Well, the first thing is that you need to have a clean background, okay? No distractions, no background noise, just like me in this video. Literally, you can just copy my format, and there are so many other sort of formats you can have. I mean, just look at your favorite sort of YouTubers or your favorite like SMA person or content creator, and you can even copy their background. I mean, have something clean. Maybe I'm going to add a painting here to clear up the white space. And so it's pretty simple. Make it clean, make it clear, and have nothing in the background. That would be distracting. The next thing is you want to find prospects. Okay, how do you actually find prospects to send these looms to? Well, you want to use either Instagram or LinkedIn. So specifically for Instagram, we use IGGrammer to scrape leads off of someone else's account. So for example, let's say Alex Hormozy, I want to scrape all of his followers. I can do that. But there is a limit of 500 leads. So if you want to get more leads, so obviously more than 500, there's a limit there, then just pay the 10 USD per month, which is, no money at all. So respectfully. So that's how you find leads on Instagram. And on LinkedIn, you just go to the search bar or use Sales Navigator as well. See, I didn't include that in here because I actually wanted you to watch the video. So use Sales Navigator to find that, okay? And then the next thing is you want to send them an email with this copy as well. This is another format to send people to like these looms to. It's not only on Instagram and LinkedIn, but also on email, okay? Don't copy my copy, no pun intended. So the framework goes like this, right? You have your subject title, question for name, okay? You want to figure out whether or not this does well. Obviously, split test this and see if it does well. And the reason why we do question for that, I mean, you could obviously change it depending on how you want to increase its engagement, because this is the first thing that someone sees when they're looking at the email, when they get a notification on their phone or their computer, and determines whether or not they actually click on the email. So this is really important. Okay, we say hi, name, personalized line based on their page. For example, I just saw that you were on a trip to Greece. Everything looks absolutely amazing there, and I hope you're doing well. Okay. Then you introduce yourself and what you do and who you help, right? Keep it brief. Okay. You don't want to be excessively long with that because, okay, I'm horrible at spelling, but you essentially don't want to keep it too long because no one really cares about who you are. Okay. What they care about is that you have a recorded video for them. You touch the video and you say, kind regards, Matt, or whatever. And I've actually included an example of one that I personally used to send to other people. And you can use a variation of this if you like. So, question for Brody, okay, sick name. Your journey is so inspiring about shifting perspectives, transforms, and how we experience life. Okay, cool. Maybe it could be even more personalized. Mention something specifically about what perspective they change. Okay, don't make it too long though. Anyway, I'm Matt, and I recorded a video for you. I was spending some time on Instagram and noticed something that could help you reach out to more people and sign up more clients for your fitness coaching. It's simple but super effective, and not many people actually know about it or implement it properly. Okay, I've helped a coach achieve $70,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and really entices them in this video. I personally audited your page, included what I would change to increase the MRR for your business. Okay, and then we include it there. See, very simple. And then, kind regards, Matt. If you didn't find any value in this, please subscribe. Okay, hopefully that impressed that. But pretty straightforward, okay? And if it's a DM, follow this framework, okay? Hey, name, I work with niche. So, for example, I'll actually go into the example in a minute, but we work with outcome, client results. I filmed a personalized video for you on what I thought you could change to get a particular outcome. And here it is, right? So, hey, Brody. So, Brody again, I work with coaches slash consultants, and we average $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue after 90 days. I filmed a personalized video for you on what I thought you could change to book 10 more calls this month. So be specific, okay? What is the outcome you want? If it's to lose 10 kilos, if you're a fitness coach, if it's to book 10 more calls, right? If you're lead gen, if it's to get 1 million more views on your next 10 reels, okay? If you're a content agency, here it is. And then you attach the Loom there. Just put the link of the Loom, okay? And then make a visual on Miro or Lucid Charts. Very simple, okay? I've literally included an example here, which I'll show you in a minute. But what do you say in the video, okay? You introduce yourself, what you do. Hey, I am Matt. I work with agencies, coaches, and consultants, and we scale high ticket offers through content, through ads, and also appointment setting. And we use different software to automate these processes, and we make hires to make your life much easier to scale, okay? Introduce yourself, what you do, just like I have, who you've helped in the past. So far in the past, I've helped these coaches here, and we've scaled them to $70,000 monthly recurring revenue. Another person who's making 10K per month, another person making 60K per month. And these people here all have a high ticket offer, and we worked for them for a period of 90 days, and they're scaled from 0 to 60K, for example, in that time. And so then you go into the system, you go into your 3-step process, you go into a very simple 3-step process, which you have to give specific examples for, because someone can just watch this video and it could just be irrelevant to them. And so you want to have specific examples which someone can actually use for their own life, for their own social media, for their own business, and actually improve what they're currently doing in their process, right? And then make sure you create a visual on each part of the system, each part of the 3-step process. Obviously, make it in line or in sync, however you want to make it. Use your creativity, okay? And then you can reuse the same process, like the same visual, for everyone else. Because although it's the same process, what you talk about in that process could be different for that particular person, okay? Maybe you might leave out one small part of the first part of the system because it's not relevant to them. And so once people actually watch the sort of meaty part of the call, then you have your call to action. It's probably like 20 seconds, okay? You book in a call with you. That's an option for what you can say. Or you can say, if you find some value, let me know if you'd implement this. Or you could say, let me know if this is something you'd implement. Or you can say, let me know if you want some more clarity on a particular part of the system. And this is my favorite one. This 1 second, okay, because it's a bit direct, but this one, it gives an incentive for someone to actually book a call with you, because now they want to hop on a call, and the objective is to give some more clarity on a section of the system which is relevant to them, okay? The whole reason for sales calls and what allows us to book 30, 50 sales calls per month qualified calls is because we know that people who hop on the call, they have the drive, like they have the motivation to learn more. They have the motivation to get more clarity on a specific part of the system, which in the video went into it in some level of depth, but they wanted more detail. They wanted the exact specifics. And so that's why they book a call. And because I'm so kind, I've actually included my loom that I literally sent to other people to Brody here, and you can watch it and see for yourself on what I say in the loom, how I structure the loom. Okay. And that's it. So again, I wanted to make this loom video, or this video in general, so that I'm able to give you so much value that you will want to buy from me one day. And I'm not saying that in like in arrogance or anything, but I believe purely in giving away as much value as possible. And I hope I've done that for you. And so if you wanted more clarity, okay, it's kind of funny because I've done here. If you wanted more clarity or you found some value in this video and you're serious about implementing any of these things, then DM me on Instagram or don't. It doesn't really matter. I hope you continue to find value in this content, in me and what I do. And if anything, just follow me, follow my journey, and hope you had a good day.